So today, on the wonderful, lovely Gamingmadirocks, this is not something I would typically post here. Guys, go check out my other channel, Maddie Mad Sneakers. This is where I typically will post vlogs and things in general um, to you guys, but I'm not forcefully telling you, hey, go and go subscribe. But if you guys want to know a lot about my daily life and things going on, I haven't posted there in a couple of days because of it just was tiring and things like that. But anyways, actually, I don't think I posted yesterday. The vlog for yesterday, basically. And I typically will post a vlog over there. I will put the date is when I am pretty much coming home from work. I will sit down, record a vlog for the previous day. So, like, for today is the 18th. Yesterday was the, um, it would go for the previous day. Because it is January 18th, 2023. And I'm supposed to be recording for Final Fantasy 7 Crisis Core, but I think this is much more needed for today. And I also, I'm just wanting to let you guys know that for me, I haven't been solely um, kind of uh, going through my life. I've kind of been a lot of ups and downs through my life, but a lot of the things that have been going on with me, a lot of you guys know that my Twitter is very political. I get very, very political when it comes to certain things, especially, especially when it comes to things that are related to the LGBTQ plus community. It's really hard. It's really hard for me to pronounce it a lot, but it does. But I can get used to pronouncing it anyway. But it's been a lot of things that I've been really kind of condoning a lot of. The biggest thing I will always condone is hatred in my life. Because, my life, all of my life, the only time I disliked somebody wasn't because of the things that they were doing, but it was because of the things that they were doing to me. You know, things that did pertain to me. In retrospective, for me, for who I am and how I became this way, was it all started pretty much at a young age. Okay. Um, Sorry guys, they are doing moving snow out there. So just be aware that you might hear things and stuff like that. But anyways, I've been as a kid, you know, being 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 a kid that had a father who wasn't quite there in the picture for most of my life. You know, and since 2004, I mean 2005 even, maybe even 2006, pretty much right around that time frame, my dad was not in the picture in the whole entire picture of my life for my teenage years and even up to this point. Um, that's a lot, you know. My dad was there pretty much for a little bit, and then he kind of was about when I was about probably when I was 9, maybe 10 at the most. My dad wasn't there, you know. Um, a lot of the stuff that really did go on in life was just really hectic at a young age. But that's beside the point. Um, the reason why I'm here to talk to you about my life is because, first off, my life is actually being threatened as we speak in a lot of aspects of the United States. Not just because my life is being threatened, it's being threatened by not just my life, but a lot of other people's lives. You know, um, and I'm not going too political, but you guys can kind of figure out what's going on um, with that. Now, I didn't. I'm gonna tell you, I didn't know I was LGBTQ until it was 27 until it was about 2017 that I really started having realizations that I was. I didn't push it. I didn't kind of push myself into being in the community. But at a young age, there was a lot of indications that pertained to me wanting to be here. The biggest one was, why did I always, as a child, why did I always like clothes and shoes? I've always liked clothes and shoes for a long time. I love that stuff. But most of the stuff that I would buy would be would be a lot of things that I liked was women's clothes and stuff. As a child, I will tell you, I did not have a horrible life as a child. Like some people that I know, who are part of on the YouTube spectrum, who are on YouTube's. I'm not going to name those people who have had a harder life, but there are people out there that have harder lives than I do, than I did. But I was kind of that person that, the things that happened to me was, being autistic, okay, I had a lot of issues because I was autistic. But that's not a life that a lot of people are there. In this world, when I was pretty much young, I would pretty much steal clothes, steal things as I got a little bit older. Um, I will tell you, I don't condone stealing. Um, I don't condone doing a lot of things in general because that's one of those things that you don't do. Don't do it, guys. For me, I will tell you this. Um, a lot of the incidents is that take occurred was I would steal a lot of clothes that were pertaining to the opposite gender, not men's clothes but women's clothes, um, and I would do this for a long time. Not gonna tell you how long, but it was for a while. Um, but I will tell you today, I'm a better changed person. I don't do that as often anymore, and if I do, I feel bad about it, and I feel bad, and I usually give the money, or I usually will do things to better understand you. The reason why I'm telling you that is not only that is because that's when I first started realizing in 2012 in young age, I would start looking at pink. I would start wanting pink things, starting to want girly things, and not men things. I would always Another thing that I would always do is I would always stare at women and men, especially men. I would stare at them a little bit more in high school and stuff. I do still googly eye a few men today, um, more than women. To be honest with you, I I look at men more than I looked at women, and I still, now mind you, I would always stare at men more. No, yes, I look at you. If you ever see me look down, it's because I'm looking at your shoes and saying, I was your shoe contact before eye contact. No, I was contact. I'll look at your shoes and say, okay, I always look at your outfit pretty much. Because a lot of times, if your outfit says a lot about you in a lot of things. But in me, I am going to tell you, like, going through that, it was a hectic time in my life. With It was a little bit hectic because of being autistic and things, and that's probably why. But I didn't notice that I was transgender until I was in 2017. But I kind of have to tell you, I used to use, if you guys actually go back to the beginning of my thing, when you look at Roblox, I did a few videos of Roblox at the beginning. The very first video that ever blew up was my Command and Conquer's Generals video on how to mod things for Origin in general. I didn't have a mic. I didn't have a camera at the time. I used Bandicam. I got 10-minute recordings for it. And it blew up. It was one of the first videos that ever blew up in my face. And I probably should have done more tutorials as I gone through in life for this channel. But beside the point, I wanted to do games. I wanted to show you guys and play games a lot of the way, because it's still showing you tutorials on how to play games. It's still doing a lot of that stuff. But when I started, a lot of you guys don't realize that Maddie107 was the channel name I started with. I've used that name in various locations to this day. But some of those things I don't very much use a lot of. Now, coming into the excruciating stuff going on, um, that's when I started in 2013 is when I started my 2012, 2013 is when I started my YouTube channel. When YouTube was good and high and it was actually great that I could post things and be part of YouTube. Nowadays it's kind of, YouTube's kind of taking a lot of things, using like swear words and things, not being able to swear in channels, in in streams and stuff, and not showing a lot of violent content on here. It's like video games are meant, it's beside the point. But, and I kind of, ever since 2013, I kind of went through and experienced a few people. I knew one person, but I didn't know much about the LGBTQ community. Why was I still liking Pink? One of the guys came into the bathroom in, I think it was 2013 or 2014, one of the two. A guy came into the bathroom thinking it was the women's bathroom because I wore pink. Hello? That was when I didn't realize I was a female. I didn't realize that, but I started kind of questioning a little bit. And I still to this day, I am having not second doubts of it. I know I'm going to stick with this. I know I'm going to do it, and I'm going to fight for rights for people. The guy that I support in South Dakota, I'm going to tell you, South Dakota and all these bills being passed in the United States aren't showing kindness. Being kind, like going through my life, I've been somewhat kind to people. I haven't been kind to people who bully me. I haven't been kind to people who put me down or hurt me, because you're gonna put me down, you're gonna not get kindness from me. Putting people down like this is not showing. But I have, at an early age, I did that. But nowadays, people who put me down, I still show kindness to them. I still show caring for them. One of my favorite, one of my coworkers at work, I'm not gonna say, I'm just gonna say it because one of them pretty much is really off the rails with a lot of things. I still show kindness to her. I still do things to show that I care enough for these people. People who are hurt in life. The things that are going around with legislations on bills for LGBTQ community. I started my channel, like I said, I started my channel with Maddie107. Didn't know that I was a lady. That's the name that I've stuck with, and it just really suits me well, It's one of those things that I go through in life. I started my YouTube that way, changed the name. I'm not proud of the name. I will tell you, one of the other guys I watch on YouTube, I'm not proud of his channel name, but he's got some good things going on in his channel. And it's Metal Jesus Rocks. I don't like the name, but I still like his content. I still like the things that he does. But for me, I'm going to always been showing kindness with a lot of things. Recently, a lot of things that, I show kindness, trying to show kindness and caring enough. But it's kind of hard to do that when people aren't doing what they're supposed to be doing. It's kind of hard when people aren't showing that to others. Kindness goes both ways. You want me to show kindness to you, you gotta show kindness to me. Things that are going away in this nation is that democracy, is that freedom. Okay? Look, I'm gonna tell you, if you think that transgender people shouldn't be around, alcohol. If you think that transgender people are being harmed, you should start thinking about alcohol in this country. Think about the cigarettes. Think about the marijuana. Think about the drugs that are being in this country are harming us more than trans people are harming us. There are people that are transgender out there that that are going to be pedophiles, or people are going to be out there because they're wanting to do things. You know, there's a lot of things out there. There's only one part of the LGBTQ community I don't really consider being is the femboy or the tomboys that are in there that are part of the LGBT community. Like, I get it. Well, I get it. But dressing, like, people should be able to dress the way that they want to dress. That's fine. But I'm not going to say, like, you know, dressing a certain way. But anyways, you know, those are things that will hurt the community a lot. Biggest things that are hurting the community right now is the young people. The people who are who are minors, who are things that don't have that opportunity. And a lot of the things that that's really, my life is really being hindered on that, is not just my life, but those lives that aren't being there. These legislators that are Republicans, even some Democrats, are not wanting to show kindness. You know, Republicans aren't showing kindness to LGBTQ people. You know, they aren't showing kindness because of the community. They aren't being the center. They aren't being the center of attention. They're wanting to be the center of attention to get clout, to make sure that they are getting brownie points and things for their party. When, for me, if I was, and I am still a registered Republican, but I still am going to stand with a few things. Showing kindness to everybody, meaning I'm going to show kindness to those who are, you know, I am pro-life. A lot of you guys are thinking that I'm not pro-life because I'm transgender, I'm pro-choice. I am both pro-choice and pro-life. I am pro-life in the sense of keeping people alive, keeping people healthy, keeping people there to, you know, keep them alive, keep them safe. You know, I understand sports, but sports shouldn't be that way. They shouldn't be barring people from that. People who are LGBTQ shouldn't be ridiculed or be harmed or beheaded or being destroyed because a lot of the community is being hurtful from the outside. People don't understand kindness. Kindness is not just caring. Kindness goes not just showing peace or not just saying, "Oh, I'm a good person." You're not a good person if you aren't willingness to show kindness to everybody. I will stand here and tell you, I am kind. I am caring enough that I will prevent discrimination from across the nation. LGBTQ people are being discriminated every day because of political nonsense or because of religion. There are people, if I had that opportunity, I would make a religion, and then maybe they would start realizing that LGBTQ people should be protected. Because it's my religious right to be that way. But if it's your religious right, that should only affect you if you're going to church. That shouldn't affect you because it's a publicly open space. Sports are publicly open. Sports are publicly open. Things are publicly open in this country. Shops, stores, Disney, all these things are publicly open. They're not wanting to show these things on TV because they know that it's not right, that it's wrong. They know that it's wrong in a lot of aspects. But in reality, it's not. Okay? In reality, it is okay to be yourself. It's okay to be who you are. It's not okay for them to tell you how to live your life. Government shouldn't be meddling in with kids' lives. They shouldn't be meddling in with healthcare providers. Healthcare providers are the ones that are there to provide care for those kids. To provide care for that. It should be left up to parents. It shouldn't be left up to government to decide. It shouldn't be left up to these libraries to remove these things. Because you know what? One of the biggest things that I will always stand by, and another a few times where I've looked at people and say there's things that aren't right. You know, if you guys look at Romans 1 in the King James Version of the Bible, yes, it talks about it not being right. But at the same time, go look in the scriptures and talk about finding hatred and things in there. There are times where you show hatred in the Bible, in the Old Testament. But in the New Testament, go look at it. You will find that hatred is not one of those things. One of the 10 Commandments, and I know a lot of people, I'm going to stand here, I said I'm a religious person. I'm not telling you my religious affiliation, because my religious affiliation is also not caring either, in some regards. Not really. They are caring enough, but not quite. In my humble opinion, look, the Lord said to love thy neighbor as thyself. Am I going to take care of my neighbor? Of course I would. Whether they are LGBTQ or not, I will still show love and kindness to my neighbor. My neighbor in there showed kindness. I will always stand here and show kindness to people. Taking care of them, taking care of your elders, taking care of those people that are there, that need your support. These politicians are, my state of government, my governor. I voted for her because she was a family person. But, I voted for her because she's family. Because she's a family person. Starting to pick up in lately that she isn't showing caring and loving family person. I'm starting to realize, I was going to vote for her in 2018 because she was family caring. And, I will tell you this, I will never be voting for my governor ever again because of, if you're going to be a family person, you stand by a family person, you need to be protecting LGBTQ rights too. I'm sorry. It's no brainer. You need to learn to take care of them too. Taking care of a mother. I understand a lot of sentiment through abortion and things like that. I understand. But I am not live streaming today on Twitch either because I'm wanting to get this recorded. I'm wanting to talk about this. This is going to be 30 minutes long today. If you're still here and it's 23 minutes in, make sure you guys are liked. Make sure you guys are subscribed. And hit that bell notification with the all. To be honest with you, guys, look, this, I don't usually post this here. I usually post it on my secondary channel, Sneakers. To be honest with you, I posted in about 4-minute bursts of 4 or 5 minute bursts of content. I keep it low because, look, I'm going to tell you, I stand here to protect everything. See that flag back there? I will stand to protect LGBTQ rights. I will stand to protect people of all genders, nationalities, whatever color of skin you are. I will protect you and stand by you. Because everybody needs to be understood that there are people out there that are pedophiles that aren't a transgender person. You don't have to be part of the LGBTQ community to be a pedophile. You don't have to be a groomer in the LGBTQ. You don't have to be a groomer to be part of the LGBTQ community. Look, or I should say, how can I put it this way? You aren't a groomer. You are a groomer in all aspects. Not even LGBTQ. You are a groomer. We are all indoctrinated in the things that we are taught. Government shouldn't. Government is telling us, oh, we need to be this way, this way, this way, and this way. Okay, there are countries out there like Russia and China who are heavily, heavily restricted into that. United States government is becoming that way even more and more in states like South Dakota, who just filed a law that is barring transgender youth from receiving hormone therapy or things like that. There's states out there like Connecticut that are protecting. Are protecting. There are people out there that aren't protecting of people. There are people out there that are not willing and wanting to protect our life because of all these things that are going on in this nation. Look, Florida is wanting to remove our freedom of speech. Those libraries that have books that are getting banned because that's freedom of speech? No, it's because it's not freedom of speech. They're trying to narrow it down to remove the freedom of speech. Republicans want to remove your freedom of speech. Republicans want to remove your freedom of religion. Republicans want to remove your rights, your First Amendment rights, dwindle it. Democrats want to remove your Second Amendment rights and dwindle it. So many of these people don't have these rights. In schools, we should be able to teaching what needs to be taught. And needs to be taught on how to show kindness, caring, and showing love to one another. Instead of showcasing hatred towards another one. Instead of putting hatred in front of people. Instead of going and having laws putting away things to not show kindness. There are going to be people out there that are going to be hated in this country. If it comes down to the point that this country has laws barring transgender people, I will leave this country and I will never come back to the United States. I will have made a commitment to that and I will commit. Because this country goes down like that, they're going to lose a lot of people in this country. And you know what? This country's already going downhill as is because of inflation. Inflation's going down because a lot of things are going on and happening. Not just because of that. For me, I will tell you, the last thing I'm going to say here, before I get off, if I ever become president, you will see that I will enable the Keystone XL pipeline. I will do things that Republicans wanted, that people want in this nation. But I also will want to protect discrimination. No, I will not protect discrimination. I will protect non-discrimination. I will protect the things of all in this country. Because things need to happen. First off, having cars and things in this country, we are coming to the point of this country is becoming more and more divided every day. This country doesn't care about the lives of the people. They only care about what they want for themselves. There are a lot of people that want this wall built down in Texas. I would so happily build it. I'll happily enable the Keystone XL pipeline as long as LGBTQ rights are protected, as long as these things are being done like that. I am not going to stand here, and I'm including protecting blacks, whites, protecting non-discrimination in this country. So many people don't listen. So many people aren't caring enough. This country will fail because of this country will not fail will fail at some point because this country will fall on its feet. We are in debt and will always be in debt. We'll never get out of debt unless we start thinking about being conservative and spending less of our money and helping our country instead of helping the other countries that need it, unless it's a wartime effort. Ukraine, Russia, I'm glad that we're helping Ukraine. I'm glad that we're protecting them because innocent lives are being killed. It doesn't matter what people say that Russia was doing good. Russia is not a good country. Communism will never last. Socialism will never last. Every democratic countries will last a lot longer and will stand. I will stand here and protect all life. For me, I've been that way this whole entire thing. I have been an advocate for protecting all life. And yes, I did make a mistake, and one time I did say, because of my church on abortion laws, I will still stand by and protect children who are in the womb, even. Because there are people out there that need to be protected. Child or not, we all need to be protected. Child, teen, human, youth, adult, we all need to be protected. Spirit, whatever. We need to protect all life. I hope you guys can understand that this country is going to crap. And that if we don't turn this thing around, Democrats want to, we can never get things done. Because we're always focused on things that are being destroyed, being hurtful. There are hurtful comments coming from politicians for LGBTQ rights. Things that are going on. If my life becomes hindered in this country, please let me know down in the comments. Last thing I'm going to say here before I do get off. Let me know down in the comments what are your laws in your country for LGBTQ and how are they affecting your life. Let me know down there. Let me know so that people can have that understanding, so people can go to these countries and maybe have understanding and maybe have better life and being protected in all life instead of just being knocked off on their feet and saying you are not loved, you are not being cared for, you are being told that you are not safety. They're telling us to hide and put us in a depressive state, so depressive that I even almost thought about taking my own life. But because I know that there are other places that I can go to, that I can get away from, I will stand and help people in the United States, people who are not being. My stance is if your life is being ruined in your state, I'll move you to a better state or move you to another country to help you better understand. I will help you and protect you and get you the places you need to be. Look, there are so many people that are being torn apart because government is meddling in with our lives. And I know that this country, to me, is getting worse and worse every day before it'll ever get better. And you know what? Republicans aren't helping that cause in any way. Wrong. Republicans are helping the cause of this country to be ruined. Same with Democrats. I'm signing off, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed. Remember, hit that like button, hit that beautiful, lovely subscribe. And remember, guys, I will always stand to protect all life. I will stand to protect humans, protecting LGBTQ rights, protecting women, men, and children, blacks, whites, Asians, Native Americans, all life. I will stand to protect every human being. If you guys are there, hit that like button on your way out that door. Hit that beautiful subscribe. Remember, guys, when you do hit that subscribe, hit that bell notification with the all. And I will tell you one other thing here before I do go. Check out these 3 videos. Check out the vlog video for my Matty Mad sneakers. Remember, I usually do a outfit here. I'm wearing this with my mini skirt. Not wearing any shoes, but because I don't want to wear shoes today. But I am wearing also those socks as well. Tube socks up to the yin yang. Guys, hope you guys enjoyed. We will see you guys later. Bye.